Dumb,
Cool,
and weird
podcast. All right, folks, welcome to the Dumb, Cool, Weird podcast. It's just going to be me and Nick today, and as always, Satan.
Satan is always here with us to guide us in our time of need. He's like Jesus Christ, but from hell.
Yeah, pretty much. Happy to have him here every time. We're going to be talking about modern movies and how modern movies suck the big one, because guess what? Modern Hollywood is shit. Now, we're not talking about independent movies. Independent movies lately have been pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good underground stuff. But as far as like modern Hollywood movies that you see from the studios, haven't really been that impressed for the past like 10 years. It's been pretty bad.
It's really true. I mean, everything's been a letdown. Why would I even want to go and see a movie at a movie theater?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm really burned out on. I'm sick of fucking superhero movies, man.
They also got really political real fast.
Pretty much.
Satan, what you look like you got something to say.
Yeah, I mean, let's just be real about something real quick. All right, so I love superhero movies. I think they're great. I like what they embody. You know, the struggle between good and evil. They make you feel powerful. They make you feel like you're part of it. You know, I know. Yeah. I used to go watch like Captain America, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go do like 1,000 push-ups today, and I'll do like 10, and I'm like done. But the reality is that lately, and I'm gonna tell you what movie started it. I'm gonna go ahead and say right now. And don't think that I don't like the movie, but this is the movie, in my opinion, that started it. Black Panther.
Okay,
that's a good movie.
I think it's not that it's not a good movie. It's that was the first betrayal of like, let's get political about crap.
Oh yeah.
And the Black Panther story is such a great story that, not to say that there wasn't political parts of it in the storyline with Marvel, but it wasn't that bad. And apparently now it's just cool to piss all over countries. I mean, Captain America is no longer really Captain America anymore, and apparently he's ashamed of America. I don't even get it. I'm gonna drink my beer.
All right, let's get into that though. The whole Wakanda as a whole can't actually be as advanced as it is because it's been so isolated. You know, like there's so many primitive tribes. So let's think about that on a realistic note, all right? Just because it was never invaded doesn't mean it could have advanced past a certain point, because you have to interact with other cultures to actually get more advanced through trade. So the whole idea of Wakanda is like all nice and shit, but that's why it's kind of cool. It's just a fictional story made up of bullshit. It can't actually survive on its own. Like, I mean, how many primitive tribes today are off limits in terms of their area? Like, the one that Christian missionary went to and got killed.
Over in India.
Yeah. And it's like
the island in India that is it's 100% isolated. They have not had any interaction because they kill everybody immediately when they hit their soil. It's actually protected by the country of India. If you go on there, and if you survive, you get arrested.
Yeah.
But so it's a lose-lose either way.
Yeah, but
it's pretty hilarious.
But what we're saying is that, like, well, I mean, these people haven't been colonized, and they don't have technology. They don't have like a bunch of wacky bullshit.
Well, I just know that really advanced technology takes a lot of infrastructure, and honestly, you kind of need a global economy to make stuff like that work too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you look at it like, so we all know, like, turn of the century, Germany was like the pioneer of like innovation, but you think about what played into that before. I mean, you have a lot of French influence, you have a lot of artistic influence. These things have to work, side by side. And then you look at like the industrial boom, and that was very nice, Nick.
I'm sorry, Satan.
Apologize.
I'm sorry, Satan. I'm very sorry.
I almost did it too. So, but you look at like what Germany was doing, and then when they lost World War II, the advancements, all those advancements that they did, it kind of shifted over to the Americas, and then we had our big, huge boom. Because the reality is we stole their shit. Let's just be honest.
I mean, we told a bunch of Nazi scientists, "Hey guys, do you like getting arrested for war crimes or working for the U.S. government
or Walt Disney?" Choose pick.
Walt Disney's another thing we can get into another
Disney,
time.
we will take you as a sponsor. We will retract everything we just said.
Yeah, we are so sorry, Lord Disney.
Matter of fact, Marvel as well. I will be a superhero for you.
Satan's a pretty cool cat these days. That Jesus guy is out, and Satan's in.
Yeah. Team Satan.
Well,
woo.
let me real quick go back to Rwanda. So here's the thing that
you mean Wakanda? Rwanda is a shithole.
They're after the same place. So the thing is like in this country, I didn't notice anybody in that country being like, you know what, I hate Wakanda?
Fuck. You got me saying it's Satan. It's Wakanda.
Wakanda. Oh yeah, Wakanda forever. Oh yeah. So like, you don't hear anybody saying, "I just hate this country. I'm from this country and I hate it." No, they are nationalists. We talked about this.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna look this up. I want to get that. Well, y'all talk. I will look up because I want the right definition for people to understand what nationalist means.
I got you. Yeah, for me, the only thing I remember about Black Panther is everybody said this was a good movie for the African American community because it shows representation of black superheroes, and I was just like, what about Blade?
Yeah, Blade was the first.
Did we just forget about Blade?
Blade, he was a mixed child.
He was a vampire and he was black.
Well, he was a white. If I remember right, his dad was white, his mom was black.
Okay.
So is he really black?
No, I think his origins was his mom was actually like a slave, and her master was a white slave owner who bit his mother, and she got away from him. It wasn't like the actual comic books.
Oh, real quick, nationalist. I'm going to read this off. This is the definition. Identification with one's own nation and support for its interests, especially to the exclusion of detriment of interests in other nations. So you are more. You look at your country as the. That's actually, if you look at that movie, it was they shamed people for not. For leaving their country. They wanted all their people to stay in their country. That is literally the definition that I just read off. They want to exclude themselves. They don't want to interact with the United Nations. They don't want to interact with any other army or any other country. They wanted to be by themselves. They have that cloaking device. Everybody praised them for this. But then when if you say that to anybody in the United States, well, hang on now. Now we're like
a villain.
We're villains, and somehow we've taken we have allowed the media, we have allowed our film industry to basically make it you're the bad guy if you support our country. You're a bad guy if you served in the military. They've been pushing that, and that's only been being done in the last 5 years, give or take.
Yeah, that's somewhere around there.
I'm gonna drink my beer now. I'm gonna shut up.
It's okay, Satan. Just take a break.
I'm gonna be on a rant.
Well, there's Satan.
No. Thank you, Satan. So, like I was saying, that was my thing about Black Panther. I felt like they kind of just excluded that, and then there was also Meteor Man. I remember that movie. I really liked that movie back in the early '90s as well. It was a really good superhero movie.
So why didn't Shazam have better representation for the black community?
Who?
Shazam.
The
Oh God! All right. Wes, do you want to take? Do you know what he's talking about?
Are you talking about the fake fucking genie movie?
Yeah, with Shaquille O'Neal.
No, I was thinking
that's called Kazam.
That's Kazam. Shazam is the DC Comics.
Yeah, I know that one.
But I mean, no. Okay, we'll go with that. All right. So why did it have to be a little white kid? Why couldn't it be a little black kid?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, wait, that's because that's how the comic book was written. That's right. Okay, because that makes them racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, by the way, Superman now is like bisexual.
Superman?
Apparently he's like
he's gonna rip guys' buttholes. That's the problem.
All right, let's put it this way: if Superman didn't come up with a secret formula for Lois Lane, if he came in her, his semen would have shot right through the back of her head.
Do y'all remember that comic book magazine called Wizard?
No.
Back in the 90s, you used to be able to
Wait a minute. I think I do remember that magazine.
Yeah, you used to be able to get your comic cards and your comic books, and it had the appraisal on the back, and it had articles. All right, so they actually had an article back in the day about that because they used to get a little dicey.
Yeah.
But they actually talked about that. That was the first time I ever heard the argument that if Superman ever came in Lois Lane, it would just go right through her skull.
Yeah.
And the better question is, at least a man would find the G spot. Come on now.
Yeah, but wouldn't he crush her pelvis?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like his sheer force.
She would have to be on top.
Yeah, but
what's wrong with that?
There's nothing
wrong with that. It's just
there's nothing wrong with that. I just think one slight thrust would kill her, dude.
You have to enjoy the fact that you have to think that he either tried this on somebody and buried the body somewhere, or he actually kept to some kind of Christian values where Superman's like, I'm gonna wait till marriage.
Oh, speaking of which, did y'all just see that they're changing his slogan? All right, Wes, you're super knowledgeable in this. What is Superman's slogan.
You mean like what he says to
America
Yeah.
or something.
I mean I've always known his slogan to be like I don't know. I never known.
Something America, freedom, something.
I didn't even know he had a slogan. I thought he was just like
Yeah, he was Superman, all right?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
You're gonna feel stupid in a second.
No.
All right. Truth, justice, and the American way.
Okay.
Remember
You,
when...
you remember that?
Hey, remember in the
I don't
1950s
remember
when the Superman didn't like the KKK?
Oh, well,
I
it's
remember the 1920s when he disbanded the KKK?
well, he beats up the KKK. That's what you're referring to.
By the way, that's actually a lot more funny when you get behind the history of it, because some guy...
Oh, hang on, real quick. Hang on.
Okay, sorry. See.
They've changed it. This is actually this is brand new. October 18th, 2021. That way people can also reference when this episode was made. Now it is truth, justice, and a better tomorrow, because apparently we have to let everybody understand that Superman is no longer an American citizen.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say though that the guy he fucks at the end of the day, it's gonna break his butthole.
Oh, yeah.
Are you volunteering?
Hell no. I'm a power bottom. I get on top and then I fuck.
Well, since we're talking about movies, how did y'all feel about those Superman movies they made in the past 10 years?
I like the Man of Steel. With Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
I like him as Superman.
Well, here's the thing. I think that movie, I did like that movie, and let me tell you why though. I felt like that was a homage to Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
That was the conclusion from the last Superman that he did, where he goes off into space, and then it really kind of played right into. It was the same style. It was very similar to, and they did that on purpose.
Wait, you mean I think you're talking about Superman Returns.
Oh, which one's which?
So Superman Returns was the movie they released in 2006.
Yeah, but isn't that the guy you're talking about?
No.
I'm thinking of Henry
he's talking about the reboot of.
Oh, the guy who plays Witcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, the guy before him.
Yeah, that was. I forget the name of that guy. I think his last name is Roth or Ruth or something like that.
I liked that because I'm gonna look it up.
The reason why I like
Superman Returns was supposed to be the last movie in the series. I think
because Christopher Reeves was actually supposed to play that. But he,
what I liked
he was a
about,
horrible horse rider.
What I enjoyed was is how they take a point to where Lois is actually trapped by a bunch of insurgents in the Middle East, and Superman just comes in and fucks them up. But at no point does Superman ever think to himself hey, wait, maybe I could save so many lives if I just did this for the U.S. government.
You're right, though. When I saw that movie, I was wondering what the fuck it was like. What I was like, Superman Returns. Is this a sequel? Or is this a reboot? I didn't know what it meant.
Well, yeah. So, all right, it's Brandon Roth.
Yeah, Brandon Roth. I knew the last name was Roth.
Yeah, you nailed it. And that, look, it had Kevin Spacey in it.
Kevin Spacey is the perfect Lex Luthor until he starts molesting people.
Well, oh God. So I remember when I found out that he was gay, and it was in that movie 21.
Yeah.
That's when I found out that he was gay. Which being Satan, I should know these things. But every time I watch that movie, because it's a great movie, it's great thriller movie. Every single time I looked at it, when he would kind of look at the camera, but not really, I always felt like he was giving me bedroom eyes, and I wasn't quite ready for it. I was like, ugh.
Yeah. I mean, that 14-year-old wasn't ready for it.
Well, we'll leave that alone. No, you're right though. You're right though. He was the perfect Lex Luthor. It was that movie was definitely more geared towards the Christopher Reeve. And the thing is, he even had that look, Christopher Reeve's classic nice jaw, porcelain skin kind of look.
Yeah,
so
he wasn't jacked.
No, he didn't have to be, because if you are able to absorb all the cosmic, beautiful yellow ray radiation, and you're just naturally strong, why work out?
By the way, there's a Superman animated movie where Superman gets cancer from the sun.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Prove it. I'm not looking it up.
I'm not looking it up.
I'm not going to. I know that's my job and all, but I'm not looking that up.
No.
You're trying to tell me that my Superman has cancer.
He got cancer.
He probably got lip cancer.
Well, maybe
that's
that's
he used
because...
to smoke cigars.
Well, yeah, but...
There was a really cool Superman movie I watched. It was an animated one. I watched it a couple months ago. It was called Red Sun.
Yeah.
And it was where Superman landed in the Soviet Union instead of the United States when he crashed on the Earth.
I remember that.
So
and it was a pretty cool. It was actually really good.
Yeah.
It was kind of like Marvel's What If.
Yeah, and
better.
But better. But see, so this is we're talking about how modern movies suck.
Oh.
I think a lot of these animated movies that come out are really good
Because they're not having to deal with prima donna actors bullshit.
exactly. But in this movie, what I really like about this movie though is you get to see how Superman really believes in what the Soviet Union's doing. But then as soon as he finds out like they're doing really shitty things to like people from his village, he basically comes back to Joseph Stalin and he asks Joseph Stalin. He was like,
it wasn't a Stalin. It was actually like one of his other.
No, I think it was Joseph Stalin.
I thought it was somebody else.
No, it was. I watched the movie. It looked just like him.
Huh. Okay.
But he went up to him and he was like, he's like, comrade, why did you lie to me? And then like Joseph Stalin goes, oh, you got to understand, it's so complicated, blah blah blah. And instead of like as soon as he finished, Superman didn't say anything to him. He just looked at him and just disintegrated him with his heat vision.
So the question is, does that mean that that Superman is inherently good?
Yes,
that would
in some ways. Yeah.
In some ways,
he's pure.
Well, all right. Let's go. Like we're gonna go one step farther with the Superman because I mean, again. Topic is like modern movies go to crap. But I will tell you the new Superman. All right, so that's the Brandon Roth side. That was my appreciation for the homage. Now, if you grew up to those Supermans, the old school Supermans, I feel like you should appreciate that, right?
Yeah, and I like those old school Superman movies. They're not bad. But I was always more of a Batman fan than a Superman fan.
Yeah, we're talking about like '80s Batman, right?
Yeah, we're talking
Michael Keaton.
Michael. I like Michael Keaton Batman, and I like Christian Bale Batman. Those are the two. Those are
Yeah.
the two I like. I don't really like. So I liked the Val Kilmer one and the George Clooney one when I was a kid.
They're
But
terrible.
but like when I was a kid. So
Val Kilmer was great. I did like him as it, but George Clooney, I think that it was a little late in the game for him. If it would have been like George Clooney,
George
10
Clooney's
years
not
like
Batman though. Like he's not very Batman-esque.
no, they just got him because he was a handsome looking dude.
Yeah,
It's like George Clooney.
I gotta say, out of all the people that played Batman, I think the person that looked the most like Batman was probably, I would probably say Val Kilmer. He had that like Bruce, like when they said Bruce to him, I was like, I kind of believe that's Bruce.
Well, like he had that very squared off jaw.
Yeah.
I think the persona of Batman, and you guys might hate me for this, is Christian Bale.
Oh, that's
No, that's definitely that's kind of where I was leaning because he just has something about him that makes
Is
you
dark.
believe. Yeah, because he's a fucked up individual.
Well,
all I think of is American Psycho, but with Batman.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's actually.
Well, I mean, I actually like the Christian Bale Batman.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed when they weren't going to include him in the DC Hollywood universe because I was really disappointed in that because I feel like he would have done a way better job than. And see, that was an opportunity to do the fucking cool thing they did back in the '90s with the animated series. Because remember, the Batman animated series led into the Superman animated series, and it led into the Justice League animated series.
That's right.
And so they could have done the same thing. They could have had those Christian Bale movies, and then they could have led into the.
Let's be real. Christian Bale is not that old, especially when you look at Ben Affleck is the reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I think Ben Affleck definitely got the muscular side of the coin on that. But if you would have told Christian Bale is not a super tall guy. I don't think he's taller
He's
than.
compact though, and like
I think he's like
powerful.
5'10".
yeah, but he's got such a beautiful build on
So
him.
he's 2 inches shorter than me.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, like I look at it like I'm 5'10", and I'm like thinking to myself, okay, so like this guy, his discipline. I mean, he for Batman, he went from what that movie Eraser that he did.
He did the movie The Machinist.
Machinist.
And he was super skinny.
He
I wanna
ate like
say
a
he got
can
the-
of tuna a day.
Yeah, I want to say that he got himself down to like 140.
He
Yeah.
almost died of kidney failure.
He did, and then for like literally, it was like 6 months later, he's doing Batman, and he got himself up to 197 pounds,
They had to play
and that's
Batman.
muscle. Like
Yeah.
he did that with muscle, and that's almost unheard of.
Yeah.
But all right, so like the Superman thing though, this is the part that like I can't even stress. The what's his face, Kavanaugh,
Oh,
the guy who the new Superman,
he's Superman. Henry Cavill.
Cavill,
Kavanaugh.
dude, Kavanaugh. Sorry, talking about Supreme Court justices here.
I'm pretty sure someone else is going to hell in your mind.
He's a handsome man. No, so no, I'm telling you, I actually do like the reboot of of the new Superman. But let me tell you, this is the part where I actually feel like it's did something that none of them had the balls to do before. They took what happened with Batman, all that dark energy that they got, and they made Superman more realistic to the everyday man than they've ever been before. Before, it was like, here's Superman, and he is the perfect dude, you know. And you had people in the comic world that were like had one of two views. You either was a Batman person or you're a Superman person. There was no middle ground. You either like that dark shit or you like that light shit. And I can tell you, there was no right answer. But now you got like here you got Superman, and now you got him doing like that movie was dark. I mean, he was beating the shit out of people that were like the last survivors of his world. I mean, it was gritty. It was gruesome. They made him bleed. What Superman did they ever make him bleed? I mean, not cartoons. They did that a lot, especially like Doomsday. But
they really downplayed Superman in the animated series, like in terms of making him bleed all the time, and always like making it seem like he struggled.
Well, it depends on what animated like movie you watch with Superman in it, because there's a Superman Doomsday movie that's an animated one. It's really good.
Yeah,
I mean, like they jacked his shit up.
Yeah,
if you're talking about Superman back in like the what was that the 90s?
Yeah,
the animated series and the regular one. What's his name? The Mario. The Adventures of Clark and. Lois and Clark?
Yeah, The Adventures of Lois and Clark. Yeah, I know the guy you're talking about.
I mean, but so like that, and then they also had the cartoon version going out at the same time. He never bled. He never did. Now, Doomsday was the first one that I was like, man, that guy, I mean, they speared him. I mean, well, he died. He died in that one. So, I mean, they bloodied him up. Now, you're right. In the 90s cartoon version, he never bled. The worst he ever got was that little, where it looked like he had a scuff on his cheek.
Yeah.
And I mean, that to me, like that didn't really like illustrate it. This movie here, though, I mean, he got the crap kicked out of him, and it really was like he had to rally himself.
Yeah, because what people don't realize, and that's why I like the movie, the new animated show Invincible, because I've been telling you about.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
So it's a really good show. It's basically what happens. It's basically a really realistic. It's kind of like The Boys. You know, it's very realistic. Like if there was real superheroes in the world, and the one character called Omni Man is supposed to be basically a
Superman
sort of. Like mirrors Superman, but the big difference is he's evil and Superman's good, you know.
And he's been like hanging out on Earth, just kind of gaining Earth's trust.
Yeah, basically. But like it pretty much shows like what a scenario what would happen if Superman turned against everybody. Like it would be over, because like in the very first episode of that show, he basically kills the Guardians of the Globe, who is basically like the Justice League. And he kills them with
minutes,
with little effort. Like he fucking kills them. And I was thinking, like, what would happen if Superman ever decided to like go against like the rest of the Justice League? I think the only person that could really stand up to him would maybe be Wonder Woman, but I still think she would get fucking killed. I still think he would break her neck.
So in Injustice, Wonder Woman always like sides with Superman.
Oh well, then the rest of them are fucked.
Well, that's the thing. So that's the thing, though. All you would have to do is get Aquaman to at least be able to fight up against Superman, because in Aquaman's lore is that he's actually could go toe to toe with Superman.
He's a demigod.
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
Yeah,
I
still think Superman would beat him though.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, right? Toe to toe, he could probably do it, but the problem is that he has Wonder Woman on his side. Mm-hmm. And then you can rely Shazam being a child, like, you know, pure of heart in a sense. He's gonna have to make the decision. Is like, oh, okay, do I want to hang out with Superman or do I want to fight on the side of Aquaman? That puts them at an advantage. Batman's like gonna be spray paint on the side of a wall if he gets his hands like on him. Like if Superman just grabs Batman, he could just paint the wall red with him.
Not that I disagree with you. You got to keep in mind, Batman's all about contingencies.
Yeah.
But all right, so.
But then again, I mean,
power
universes, Batman also got his head blown up when he threw him against the floor.
See, this is the thing I always tell people. People tell me all the time, I'm more of a Marvel fan. I'm more of this fan. I prefer the DC universe way more than the Marvel universe. And I think the biggest reason I like it more is because it's a lot darker. there's something really dark about the DC universe and especially in the comic books, you know.
Yeah.
So one of the things I look at when I think of DC, I think of you have a lot more of the Greek mythology side of it. Which, if you go based off of that, the Greek mythology, I mean, let's be real. There's a lot of Greek mythology through that. If you ever read any of the Greek stories, they're twisted.
Yeah,
Like from head to toe, they're twisted. Now, I think of more Greek, more mythology when I think of DC, and I think of more science when I think of Marvel. Because, I mean, even like when we go into like the X-Men or we go into like with the Genos, and it's all about like that kind of side of it. There's a lot of space exploration. Not to say there's not in DC, but there's definitely a lot more technology in play.
Science-based.
Yes, exactly. So for me, like I choose not to have a side. If we're gonna be real, let's just say I'm gonna go with Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
I mean, Super Saiyan.
I mean, I probably prefer Dragon Ball as well.
Oh, well, this goes right back to like shitty movies.
Oh,
Dragon Ball, come on.
Dragon Ball
Dragon Ball
awful,
Evolution. Yeah,
Come on, this could have been like the greatest.
You know, Yamcha didn't get his ass kicked enough. He was too much of a stud. You're telling me that retard
but you know what?
Goku...
But you know what? That actor did nail Yamcha's like voice acting, like American voice acting, pretty well. God,
Yeah,
I was
I
pretty
agree.
impressed with that.
No, I'm saying like Yamcha's supposed to get his ass kicked like all the time. He's
All the time.
basically cannon fodder.
Well, no, the whole
He's like-
story,
he's-
the whole
he's
story
lower
was
than
fucking,
Krillin.
the whole story was fucking stupid because like, why the fuck was Goku and Chi-Chi in school? So Goku and Chi-Chi were actually country bumpkins who were fucking retarded.
Well, and that goes back into like we're talking about. Okay, real quick. So for those people who are watching the show that are going to be like, what the hell are they talking about? Because everybody's gonna be like, oh, it's Dragon Ball Z. They're adults. Dragon Ball Z
Ball.
is the second stage of the Dragon Ball universe. Dragon Ball itself is the first stage, and by definition, Chi-Chi was like I want to say she was
a
like
princess.
she was yes, but she was a teenager when Goku was a small child. He was like 7.
No, that was Bulma.
That's Bulma.
Same
So,
difference.
well, Bulma's the one who gets railed out by Vegeta.
Well, she also doesn't age.
Well, yeah, because you can't age when Vegeta pumps you up full of
Oh my God.
like mind-bending.
Yeah,
semen.
but that's like way far in the future. We're talking because that's way far in the
Yeah,
future.
because we're talking about Dragon Ball. We're like we're like so.
She's like-
So here's the thing that people need to understand about. So I'm a huge fan of Dragon Ball. I know all about it. So if you've never seen Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Super or GT, this is something you need to understand. Dragon Ball, if you watch it and you've watched Z, you're gonna be very underwhelmed because Dragon Ball was a very like slow story. It's not as much action as Z has. I would say that Dragon Ball is more of a, I guess you could say like a feel-good adventure story.
yeah,
It's like Zelda.
Yeah, it's like Zelda. And I would say Dragon Ball Z is more of a shonen story.
Yeah.
You know, where there's a lot of action, there's a lot of fighting.
Well,
I mean,
we
what,
say a lot of
not-
action. There's like a fight scene
every
that-
5 episodes.
Well, yes, it takes 5 episodes to get through. You're right. You're 100% right. It's a lot more action.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like there was an episode that I remember, and this was I think when he actually became a Super Saiyan. When Goku becomes a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, you talking about when he's fighting Frieza, right?
Yes, and it literally took. Like I want to say it took more than one episode. They kept on flashbacking to other people, but like this whole entire time,
It was like 5 episodes.
he
of
was like
exposition.
gaining energy. Yeah, they didn't move. He did not move.
Well, what people don't realize is the Frieza arc is actually the longest arc in Dragon Ball Z. It took
is.
a long fucking
Wow.
time.
I thought it was the Cell arc.
No.
No.
Cell arc was a lot shorter than
Cell had.
than
I
the
mean, Cell or Boo. Both.
Boo
of them.
was like
No,
just
no,
like
no,
short
Boo.
as fuck.
No. Boo is actually kind of long if you count Fat
Oh.
Boo, like
Kid Boo.
Super Boo, and then
Yeah,
Kid Boo.
the
But, like,
adolescence Boo. Yeah.
but that's the thing. But what I'm saying is the longest arc though was the Frieza arc because it was basically they landed on Planet Namek. I think episode 30, 31. And
Dude, what he actually means is 300 and something because there's like 1,000 episodes.
No,
in the Z.
there is 1,000 episodes. Like so Z. So I'm talking about like as soon as the Saiyan saga ended, it was like I think the Saiyan saga ended in like episode 24, 25 or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
you're right. I think you're
So
right.
then they had the travel to Namek, and they landed on Namek in like 30 or 31. But we didn't leave Namek till like episode 9, almost 90. That's a
That's
lot.
true.
That's a long little goat. Now I will tell you my favorite. Now this was not like part of the. This was like an outside of the episode era. Let's just be real. The Trunk Saga was gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
you're talking about the saga, you're talking about the saga in between Frieza and when the androids came.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, like where Trunk comes from out like from the future.
Yeah.
Trunk is a gangster, man. I mean, the thing is like he straight up like showed up out of nowhere, met with everybody, and here's like Goku, and he's like Goku's like, who is this kid? Da 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 da. And all of a sudden, like Goku goes Super Saiyan, and Trunks is like, okay, cool, I see you. And then all of a sudden, like a sword comes out, and he's like, wow. And he just
catches it with his finger. Yeah.
and he's like, he goes, what's your point? Like, I'm a gangster too. And then you find out later on the reason why he's a gangster.
hey, he's got Vegeta cells. You know.
Vegeta cells. He's also, God, he's older than Gohan at that time.
You got to appreciate that Saiyans have to just beat the shit out of each other long term to keep raising their power level. So Vegeta was smart. Unlike Chi-Chi and Goku,
so funny-
he was like beating the shit out of Trunks his whole life.
So this is something really cool about the Cell arc that most people don't realize. So in the Cell arc, Cell was always talking about where his real power lied in the fact that he could absorb Android 18 or 17 and 18. His real power was not
twins.
that. That was not his real power. His real power was when because he had Saiyan cells.
Yeah.
And he had Piccolo cells.
That's right.
That's where his real power was, because every time he would lose a battle, his Saiyan cells would give him a Zenkai boost, which would raise his power level. And then if he got his limbs cut off,
He would regenerate because of
regenerate
Piccolo.
him. Yeah, that's why I never really liked, because like Cell would be like, oh, I'm more powerful now because of the androids. It's like, no, the androids just like added to your power, but your real power comes from your cells from these other people.
The theory is that the way, okay, you remember when he had like the Cell Juniors?
Yeah.
Those were disgusting, but fun.
The Cell Juniors, so he didn't have that ability until after he incorporated the androids, the twins.
Mm-hmm.
The argument is that he actually gained the ability because of them to reproduce himself. But you're right though. Like, so he had Goku, he had Vegeta cells, he had Piccolo,
And then he had Frieza.
Kai.
Yeah.
He had all these cells, and you look at that. I mean, like, so one thing is like you had the DNA. Okay, we're going so far away from like why shitty movies are shitty.
All right.
We could talk about Dragon Ball for a minute. I mean,
I think we should have an episode where we just talk about Dragon Ball.
I am so sorry.
But-
This is my fault. I'm pretty sure I'm the one
No,
that
it's
said Dragon
cool.
Ball.
It's cool. We still got like 30 minutes, man.
All right, let's
all
talk
right.
about some shitty movies.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
From the last decade.
All right.
Jesus.
All right. I'm going to
I
talk about one
apologize.
that's like severely recent, and I fucking hate it.
Is it racist?
No, it's Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is the biggest piece of shit movie I have watched in my existence. Right, I have watched some bad movies with Steven Seagal, but Steven Seagal, he's a piece of shit with bad movies. They propped this thing up like it was gonna be the greatest thing since eating ass with chocolate syrup. All right, the first 10 minutes of the movie, like with fucking Scorpion, is great. When he's doing all of his ninja shit and everything, like where he and Sub-Zero are fighting each other, that's great. Like, but then that's where you see all of the budget of the movie was spent. The rest of the movie is complete and total garbage.
See, I will be honest with you. I didn't see it. I kind of felt I guess I lost.
Without Johnny Cage as like your main protagonist, they just made up people for this fucking movie. Like the guy who plays Kano probably broke his back trying to carry this movie as far as it did. Like, and that's the next thing, right? I don't give a fuck if nobody's watched this movie. If you watch this and it spoils it for you, you're fucking retarded if you want to watch the movie. Like Kano is just he's a good guy for most of the movie. He's a douchey good guy. He's the kind of guy that he's an anti-hero. But then all of a sudden he's like you can have, like one of the bad guys like you can have all the money you want. And he's like, okay, I'm just gonna be bad now. Like it's like what?
So
you're
saying
telling
that
me
it had poor writing.
Yes.
It had
poor action
outside of
sequence.
the first 15 minutes. Outside of the first 15 minutes.
Yes.
It had crappy fight scenes.
Yes.
So that's the thing is I feel like they're getting lazy. I would much rather them reboot.
Dude, it was severely CGI'd.
I know we talked about this before. What I mean by we is I mean you guys, and I was nothing more than a person looking up information.
You're not a person, Satan. You're a deity. Respect yourself more.
I'm a fallen. So, no, you know what movie actually has impressed me? And I mean, I can get made fun of. the new Harry Potter movies, what are they called? What are they
The
called?
Fantastic
Fantastical
Beasts.
Beasts.
I will say that I'm actually been really impressed with that. Not just as the CGI been very good. I do not read those books; they don't do it for me. But I will be like, you know what? Damn, I want to watch these movies because they come up with some crazy shit. And if you look at the actors who are in it, you're like, wow, okay, that's kind of legit. I mean, these people are not they're not fighting to be the number one person in the movie.
Yeah.
Instead, they're like, you know what? We're gonna put out like a good movie, and we're gonna make millions.
But-
yeah, and those movies ended up being pretty good.
But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Those are good.
But those are the exceptions. Those are not the rules. The rule is that if a movie comes
What?
out now, it's like, shit.
The question: what the hell was Wonder Woman 84 about?
I'm still confused off that. Like, here's the thing. I will tell you, if I can ever get
I will
Gal
eat
Gadot,
Gal Gadot's ass.
yeah, if I can get her pregnant, I will. That way, I can be like forever linked to her.
Satanic Israeli.
She already
babies?
has a couple kids, and she's got a husband.
Well,
Did you know that she was pregnant during the first Wonder Woman?
I did not know that.
Yeah, she was pregnant during it. Like, and
So you're saying that guy like slid in there pretty quick? He's like, I gotta get this real quick.
I mean, I would do that.
I mean, was it Chris Pines? He's a very attractive man. No wonder he got it through. Telling me those two weren't fucking. That's some bullshit.
All of a sudden, we're gonna have like a cease and desist from her husband. So no, but I mean, like, yeah, no, 84 made no sense. I was super excited when I saw, the first Wonder Woman. I was super excited when she had her first little guest, her little slip appearance. Well, I am going to go ahead and say now. By the way, if you ever hear a jingling on the show, it's like literally because we're opening up cans of beer or
You
bottles.
mean bottles?
Bottles.
Satan, you're getting drunk.
But no, I will say that 84 sucked, and you know what also sucked?
King Kong versus Godzilla?
No, we're still in like DC here.
Oh, okay. We're going that hard.
Yeah, League.
Oh, League, yeah. Oh, without the Snyder cut, from what I've heard, League itself is terrible. But the 4 hours of movie really covers it. Yeah, you got
Well,
4
it's 4
hours
hours
of
of-
movie to describe bullshit.
4 hours of movie that didn't do shit. Like, I'm sorry. Like, look, you know what? Hey, you know what? I'll tell you. I'm a big Tolkien fan. I love Lord of the Rings. I am one of those guys that will debate with you between the books and the movies. And I thought that I thought they did a great job with The Hobbit. But you're telling me that no person, if they would have taken 3 movies to explain Justice League, I wouldn't have bitched. I wouldn't have. I would have been like, dude, let's go. Like, let's dig. Let's dig. I want to know about this. I want to know about this new Flash. I want to know about new Cyborg. I want to know, like, how are we going to incorporate Aquaman, because he's sort of a prick.
He
Let's
kind
like
of exists. He
let's
didn't really
just-
do much.
Not till the very end. At the very
Yeah.
end, he apparently now he doesn't need water or fish all of a sudden. Like, I'm sorry, DC, what the fuck is wrong with you? Let's
The army of whales and sharks.
yeah, like let's. The only thing he's good for is talking to fish. So all of a sudden now he's good without water. We're in landlocked Chernobyl, Russia, and the nearest body of water is thousands of miles away. And magically, he is like the most powerful asshole in this whole group, outside of
He's
Superman.
He's a he's a demigod.
No, he's a demigod that's relied on water.
Well, yes, that's true. And the saddest part about it is that how the fuck does any of this work?
Okay, wait. They go and they get to like the climatic part of this movie, and all of a sudden they're like, "Yeah, we got this. We're gonna fight and we're gonna lose," because Superman just disappears.
Superman's just pussies out.
Superman shows up at like the last 3 seconds, beats the dog shit out of everybody, and then all of a sudden it's like, bam. You know what? Do we really need Justice League if none of them can take care of business without one of their members? I mean, that's pathetic.
Batman's
he
great.
fucking beat the shit out of Steppenwolf. That motherfucker didn't have a chance in hell.
It took him like 2 seconds. That whole movie. Now, I get it. They got Cyborg. I thought that was kind of cool. I'm like, dude, all right, yeah. They had to give us like a major part to the black guy because
Absolutely. Yeah.
we don't want to like piss off anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, Satan.
Well, I'm just calling it how it is. Like, look,
Well, let's.
calling a spade a shovel. You know.
No. The problem was that it took 4 hours of fucking movie. It's 4 hours of movie.
It was just a waste. Like, we could have really dug deep in Justice League. I feel like Justice League is worth it though.
So my biggest gripe about modern movies, and this has been something that really has pissed me off about modern movies. Modern movies seems like they're either trying to remake something, they're always trying to do some fucking sequel that we don't need.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like Ass Bangers #5. Do we really? I mean, like seriously,
Jeepers Creepers 13.
Yeah, do we really need like
first
Fast
one
and the
sucked.
Do we really need Fast and the Furious? Like
Yes, we
fucking
do.
25.
Let's be real. We got to keep the Fast and Furious thing going. Because look, there are a group of people that will commit suicide if we don't give them something. That's all they got.
Wait.
I just don't know where they keep coming up with ideas. Do you think like the writers have like a board? A
No,
dartboard
because
and
the
they
only
throw
one
darts
writing,
at it?
the only one writing is Vin Diesel. Everyone else is a prisoner through contract.
You know, don't knock Vin Diesel. Here's the thing. Like, look, I want to like give him a lot of crap. He's made more money off of a single word. I want to look this up. I want. Yes, I am Groot, and he was in that giant movie.
Iron Giant.
Iron Giant. He said one damn thing.
Superman.
He said one thing, dude. This man, he literally, I am Groot. How many more ways can you say I am Groot? Like, all right, sorry, yes, I guess technically, I guess that's not him saying one damn word. I get it, but here, look, that's 3 words. I am Groot. Yeah.
I am Groot. Yeah.
Yeah. So 3
like
words.
3 million at a time he does it.
Legit. I mean, come on. Can you really hate a man? Like, dude, if I found my niche and I made like $3 million a word, I would not be on this podcast with you guys because my happy white ass would be.
Wait, Satan's white
in the Caribbean?
Hell yeah, it would be. With all the hoes.
I'm just saying, man. Like, I'm glad they're making money off the Fast and the Furious. I just think it's
They
a
gotta
lot.
stop.
It's done.
They gotta stop.
You know, look, I've talked to Paul Walker recently. He's hanging out. Oh wait, is that? Can I not say?
Oh
that?
no, it's not soon enough.
Oh,
It's great.
well, he's.
No one cares. You hit a wall.
Yeah.
How good of a driver are you if you hit a wall?
He wasn't driving. His
Well,
buddy's down here too. So.
Oh, you mean the NASCAR driver?
Yeah.
It was
so
because he
good.
didn't turn left, right?
So good.
He turned right.
That's what it is.
Ah, shit.
So here's the thing. Like, yeah, you're right. I mean, how many more do we really need to get? We've also walked away from like the racing aspect of Fast and the Furious. Now apparently they have
heist movie.
Yeah, they have like it's the American James Bond Wild West. It's like XXX.
Yeah.
They all sucked.
Yeah, and have you ever noticed how comedy movies are getting worse too?
Yeah.
Like Will Ferrell used to make me laugh at one time. He doesn't make me laugh anymore for some reason.
I haven't noticed that Will Ferrell's been in any movies recently.
I mean, he does make stuff, but they're just not funny anymore. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like when it comes to comedy, man, it's like I haven't really seen a good comedy movie in a long time.
I mean, that actually brings up something actually kind of cool. Okay, so Adam Sandler. He's
getting dark.
He's now doing serious stuff because he's like, you know what? Well, first off, praise on him, dude. He's
won awards for some of this
He's
shit.
a very wealthy, down to earth person.
Yeah, I mean, he literally created a production company
with his homies,
with his boys, and some of them are not that great. But you know, here's the thing: he plays to their strengths, and I love that. And he's loyal. He is a loyal SOB. And look, he's a baller. He is legitimately a great basketball player. This guy here realizes, look, I had to go away from the stupid shit I did in the 90s because now I have kids and I want my kids to be proud of me. So he's coming out with some like really brilliant stuff. He's still doing some comedy, some family stuff. I mean,
he's such a. I mean, it's because he cut his teeth on that movie Punch Drunk Love, and I think when he did that movie back in 2001. It really showed himself that he could do something serious.
Yeah, I gotta look up something because there's that was a great movie of his, I'm inclined to agree with you, but there's another movie that
I think Wedding Singer was mostly. I mean, it was sort of comedy, but there was also some seriousness.
It was a drama. Yeah. It was a dramedy.
A dramedy.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that in a minute.
Funny People was another good serious movie he did.
Dude,
ironically enough.
Uncut Gems.
You know who sucks?
That's a good one. So is the Merowitz Stories is pretty good too.
There's one movie specifically that I'm looking for. Give me like two shakes of a lamb's tail.
What?
You know who writes really bad movies though?
Who?
Michael Moore.
Oh my god.
Dude.
I'm just kidding, but you know who really does write bad movies though?
Michael Moore.
Times? Well, we already know you got a slot in hell for him. Let's talk about Seth Rogen.
Oh, you mean
Seth Rogen films have not made me laugh since I was a fat stoner in high school.
Hang on.
Yeah. Buddy?
The Adam Sandler movie I was thinking about, that like you talk about cutting his teeth, you know, Reign Over Me.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Like that's a holy damn.
That was
movie.
with Don Cheadle, right?
Yes, it was, and I'll tell you, I got that movie really excited because I guess I didn't know what it was about because I love the song that they linked to it. It's the Who song. When I watched that movie, I straight up cried.
You know, I cried when I watched Click too. Click had,
Oh my God,
yeah,
yeah.
Click was depressing.
Click had some funny moments, but it was mostly a drama. You know?
Well, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, like as a dad, I remember like watching this movie, and I'm like you know, and I'm like I have an interesting relationship with my father, and I mean he's my best friend. He's the man. There's not a lot of people I look up more than him, but I remember like watching that movie, and I'm like, ow. And then as a dad, I watch it again, and I'm like, I can't watch this movie ever again. I own it. I'm happy to own it, but I cannot. It's hard.
Wait,
Actually,
Satan, I've got a lot of questions now. Didn't you try to overthrow your father?
hey, doesn't mean I don't love him.
So does
I just think I can do it better.
So wait. Does Jesus come into the mix as like trying to get you guys to like
We drink
rekindle that?
wine. We drink wine on a regular
I mean,
basis.
technically, Jesus is God, so in the flesh. So that's
But
really.
but I'm just saying, like, I mean,
It's a very complicated
so
relationship.
you look up to your dad to the point that you want to overthrow him.
I mean, I think that's the Oedipus complex at its finest. If we're,
So wait, you
we're
want to
gonna
have
be real.
sex with your dad?
No.
Very confused, Satan.
Man, I'm telling you, you need to take a class. You need to take a class on psychology.
I'm sorry, I'm only a history major.
No. But you're like that. Like you nailed it. I think that some of the movies. Man, he is associated with some crazy movies. I don't know how many movies that Adam Sandler is in, but it's.
I mean, my favorite Adam Sandler movie is either going to be Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore. I mean,
Happy Gilmore is a classic.
I mean,
I'm gonna scan this. I'm gonna scan this real quick. Oh,
like I, honestly,
his crappiest movie. We're gonna be real. Is
It's Jack-
going overboard.
really, I thought
That one-
I
I thought it was-
I was gonna say Jack and Jill.
yeah, Jack and Jill was pretty shit.
That was pretty bad.
Worse than going overboard.
Going overboard is pretty bad. I mean,
But Jack and Jill, he played a twin sister.
yeah, it was really bizarre.
You know, I could imagine that if I can imagine though that if Adam Sandler became a transvestite, that's how he would look.
Well, yeah, that is how he would look.
I mean, keep in mind, like talking about like great movies that he's in. I mean, we got like
Yeah, but
Anger
we're on a
Management.
bad. We got a bad.
Oh,
movies
anger
thing
management?
going
That's a
on.
guilty pleasure for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, let's be real. Like you have this one, you have one guy that is notorious for playing this jackassery of a person, and then you have another asshole, jackassery of a person now with an asshole, Jack Nicholson. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, it's on my bucket list to meet certain people. I want to do a line of coke with Jack Nicholson.
Well, you see, you have to be really good friends though. Andy Dick actually put this out there. You have to actually be friends with the Nicholsons or someone who's associated with the Nicholsons to get the good cocaine, because he keeps all the guest cocaine in the like in the commons areas of the house. The good cocaine is in his on his coffee table in a nice little box.
You know why he retired from acting? He retired from acting because he was unable to remember his lines because he was doing too many drugs and alcohol.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Really?
So he's officially done.
he's been done. I think The Departed was one of the last movies he did.
Yeah.
That was a brilliant movie too.
You know-
Granted, that's a movie where you need 3 hours and 30 minutes of your life where you can dedicate.
Quick question. Since we're talking about people, who
That
can
was
remember their
longer
lines,
than a decade ago though.
Yeah.
So it's still in the good category
Yeah, that is.
because we're talking about movies that suck balls now.
Well,
Well,
no. They suck balls.
I was saying the last decade, so that would be from 2011 to now.
Yeah, it's 2021.
Yeah, when was The Departed?
2014, I think.
Wow. Okay, but see, this is one of like the things. I say this to people all the time.
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
So there's
I'm not good with dates either.
There's the exception and there's the rule. Okay. So I choose to live by the rule because I will seldom ever be disappointed. If I live by the exception, I'm going to be disappointed all the time because it's the exception. It's far and few between. So The Departed, I will say, is an exception rule.
Yeah,
Right? We can agree
Yeah.
with that, right?
it was a good movie.
Now, granted, I did not know that Jack Nicholson couldn't remember, his lines because the massive amount of drugs that he takes.
Yeah, he's just getting very forgetful. They notice it on that movie like really bad.
I mean, age could play a factor, though. I was really hoping he would do like the reboot of The Shining.
But he's like senile and on cocaine.
I mean, to each their own.
I almost worked on that movie, by the way.
Oh wow.
That's legit.
Yeah, because I worked with Mike Flanagan, the guy who directed it on the
Nice.
previous thing, and the reason why I didn't get to work on it is because my boss, they didn't like my boss too much, and by proxy, I wasn't allowed to come on the next one.
So, back to the Seth Rogen thing.
Seth
Seth Rogen's movies have not been funny since Pineapple Express.
I think the funniest Seth Rogen movie I've ever seen was probably 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah,
He played a really
Yeah.
funny character in that movie.
he did.
But that was also not his.
No, I'm just saying, like, Seth Rogen movies are trash. Like, the
You
one
like-
that is the worst has to be Observe and Report.
Do you like? Did you like Superbad?
Yeah, I like that one. You're right.
But again,
No, I
that-
mean, did you? I mean, because see, like I
I like
like some characters in Superbad, but I don't like Superbad. Like I like
It's a very weird-
I like the actor that plays McLovin. I thought he was.
I like
pretty
Jonah
funny.
Hill.
ooh, so
You
he has
You
30.
like
I
Jonah
like,
Hill?
I like Jonah Hill.
I like Jonah Hill then, not now.
Why is that?
And I don't.
He lost all that weight. It just every time I'm like, wow, you're a bag of bones.
I you know who I don't like? I really don't like Michael Cera.
Michael Cera feels like a rapist.
Yes.
He always
Yes.
feels
And
like
every
he's
time
gonna
I
roofie
see
you.
him, I think he's like a henchman of Michael Moore.
You know,
Eh.
actually, you know what though? What I will say, what was it?
Well, you
this
know,
is the
okay,
end.
okay. So you want to talk about bad movies? Anytime I see Michael Cera in a movie and I see him get the chicks he gets in those movies, I just die a little bit inside.
Like liar.
Liar.
No, no.
Those are the kind of girls that I would date, not you, motherfucker. Like,
what I enjoy though is in like the end, or this is the end, whatever that fucking movie was with the three pedophiles with Jonah Hill and what's his name, Danny McBride. I don't fucking care. When Michael Cera's an asshole at the whole during the whole party, and you're just like, you know what? I kind of envision that he's the kind of motherfucker who's drinking a juice box while having his ass eaten and getting a blowjob.
Oh, you know, this is actually going to hurt my heart. Seth Rogen is actually producing a movie that I am going to end up watching.
No.
It's coming out in 2023. It kind of hurts my heart a little bit.
What's that?
You guys will make fun of me. I don't even care. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Next Chapter.
so wait, is it going to be a continuation of those Michael Bay movies?
And is
No,
and is,
no, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What did he do? Did he do the other ones? No joke.
yeah.
He did the new ones. Yeah,
With Megan Fox.
yeah.
No, I have no idea. I actually can't even look it up. I just know that he is one of the producers for it, which I mean, legitimately hurts because I mean, I don't know.
Okay, well, think about how I feel. So there was talk for the longest time they were going to do a Halo movie, right?
Yeah.
And for the longest time, they wanted Steven Spielberg to do it, and that pissed me off because, sorry, Steven Spielberg, you don't know shit about fucking Halo, dude. That is not your generation. You don't know shit about this stuff. I don't care how much research.
Yeah.
So you're talking about but like Michael Moore, who clearly could do that, right? I mean, like
No, not Michael Moore. I honestly think the person that should direct the Halo movie should be a millennial that's like the same age as us. I think that's the only
so
way.
an up and comer.
Not even necessarily an
Yeah.
up and comer, like maybe an established
You know what?
millennial.
I know you might disagree with me, but you know who I would want?
Who?
M. Night Shyamalan.
No.
Because no. Follow me on this. Follow me. Because like, okay, so like, okay, when we say Halo, or are we talking about like following, like?
I would say maybe start with Halo Reach and go.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So like, what's the main character in Halo? What's his name? He's the
Master
Master
Chief.
Chief.
Master Chief. Sorry,
John 117.
Well, think about this. Like, if you want to go
Just
and
gonna
you want
name John
to,
Smith.
if you want to go and like follow a guy, I feel like M. Night Shyamalan, like how he does stories, where it kind of like follows a character. I'm thinking of like, let's get into like the split, Unbreakable.
Well, maybe
Yeah, that actually-
okay.
that
So
does work.
honestly, maybe doing the first Halo game, Combat Evolved, might be the better choice because the budget would be a little bit smaller there. because,
Oh God, no. Oh no.
Could I actually?
this budget would be like $100 million.
Wait.
No. I'm
Easy.
saying the budget compared to doing Halo Reach versus doing Halo Combat Evolved because Halo Combat Evolved. In that game, the Chief is mainly by himself a lot.
Yeah.
So that would be a lot cheaper to shoot. Now, if you shoot Halo Reach, there's a lot of shit going on in Halo Reach.
So I have a better.
like that.
I have
like
something
that.
else though.
If you have
Why
one,
not-
if you have one director, you know that like that director is just going to keep on.
Why not have like an animated movie series?
They already did.
No, I mean they had a really cheap animated movie
What?
series.
Did you see the actors that they had in that last? Oh, what do they call that? What is it when it's like it's animated but it's not?
Rotoscoping?
Is that what it's called? They did that recently with
They,
it. and it
I know
was-
they had a 6-part movie that had 6 different like stories on it. That was pretty cool. Some of the
You talking about Halo Legends?
Yeah, I thought some of those stories were pretty cool. But I'm saying like, if you did like a CGI, like a sort of a CGI movie, or just something animated.
Kind
I
of
think
like oh god, what is that stupid show? Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about like an Avatar.
Well,
Yeah.
I sent him something like recently.
Yeah.
It was a trailer for Halo Reach before it came out, and
Imagine you
honestly,
did-
for 2009, it looks really fucking good.
does.
you know?
But and you saw the one I sent. I like the ODST live action commercial that they did. That was pretty tits. Like
yeah,
I would love an
that's
an
that's what I'm
ODST
saying.
one.
Why don't we get one of those directors to do the movie?
That would work. I mean, if they could do
Because
that,
they had to have someone to direct those trailers, you know?
and for such a small scale, they did such a good job.
Yeah, I remember the Halo 3 trailers. They had the one where they had those old these soldiers were older now, and they were like in a museum, and they were looking at like the weapons, and they go,
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is a brute gun. Yeah, it feels like you can see the pain in his eyes. He's like, yeah, I don't really like picking this up because like in Halo 3, a lot of people fucking died.
Yeah.
Dude. A lot of fucking people.
Yeah,
died.
I remember that too. It's like holding an enemy weapon brings back bad
Yeah,
memories.
you could see like this guy's like an old man at this point, but it's probably
supposed to be like an old
40,
Marine.
It's like 40, 50 years in the future, and he's like
Yeah.
looking at these weapons, and he's like, yeah, this is a standard issue weapon for brutes. Brutes were like really
big guys?
Yeah, the big guys, like way bigger than the elites. Like they were
Yeah.
monsters.
They replaced the elites for the most part.
Yeah, in that game they did because the elites started rebelling against the Covenant. It's a whole fucking story, man.
I'm telling you, like, this is like where we gotta actually like, kind of like dive into it. Like we can go and do a whole episode on Dragon Ball. We can do a whole episode on Halo. I'll have to get like re-savvy. I abandoned Halo. I'll be honest, I abandoned it after a while. It wasn't that I didn't love it. When you lost that raw like meeting up with your boys. And everybody has to be in a separate room, and you're running wires to different TVs because you're trying to link every system together. When we lost that, you lost a certain raw aspect.
Yeah, and then like your friends would get pissed off at you and throw something at you. They'd be like, "What the fuck you? Fuck
Yeah.
you!"
I mean, there was something raw about that. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I remember I was in college during that time frame, and I remember like getting a whole bunch of beer with my boys. And actually, we used to go and go into
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Wow,
Yeah.
man, this is we did this one.
Yeah, pretty quick.
Man, I totally failed. I was trying to keep you guys on track. I failed. It was my fault.
Satan, you're kind of doing the right thing while doing the wrong thing.
Well, keep this in mind, guys. We're gonna have a lot of good clips for next week. It's like each clip is gonna be very unique. You know, we'll have one for Dragon Ball. We'll have one for DC Comics. Hell,
So let's we could finish it off with this though.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that's getting us away from movies and wanting to go see movies is because we know that they're always trying to jam some form of narcissistic political bullshit.
I think that's a big
into
chunk out of it. Well, if we
It's
say
like-
political, it's pretty broad. Like I mean,
Well,
we can say-
it's like
Well,
we just don't want to hear
you
it.
know what I think it is? And this is just my opinion. I think movies are becoming less popular, and long form television is becoming more popular.
Yeah.
Because I prefer to watch a television show versus watching a movie.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, as a filmmaker, you know, you guys know I'm a filmmaker. I want to do movies, but I think I'm starting to lean more towards television because I can tell a story longer with a television show.
Yeah, you have more forgiveness too. I mean, like I look at like WandaVision. I thought WandaVision was brilliant. I was like, wow.
The Mandalorian.
Okay, sorry. Mandalorian saved the franchise. I mean, wait,
did
hang on.
what-
We gotta stop. We're gonna go on a tangent. We can literally go on things.
Yeah,
about
good
Mandalorian.
point.
But sorry, because I know we don't have a whole lot of time. But no, I think you're right. I think you nailed it. I think that's a great point. I think I do agree with you as well. I mean, the political side, and I mean political more than just like
Political in every sort of like they'll try to take anything in terms of like politics, socioeconomics, just anything that they can jam down your throat. They want to put it in there because they're always
hot
trying to put them.
topics.
Yeah, they're always trying to do that. It's like, can you stop for like a moment? Nobody wants to constantly be bombarded by this shit. It's like it's in every part of our lives now. We want an escape from the everyday bullshit.
yeah, we need a break.
Absolutely.
We need a break. No, I agree with both of you. I don't really think I have anything else to like think on that one. I mean, it's just frustrating.
No, it's just frustrating. And
I also don't, yeah, bro. I don't want to go to a movie theater anymore. I have a big, huge TV at my house.
Yeah.
I have a comfy couch.
Yeah.
I can drink beer and scotch on my couch while I do it. I've done that multiple times in the movie
Yeah.
theater, and I get in trouble every time. My dog can be sitting beside me, though he comes with me anyways.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, I just you get in trouble if you get a blowjob in a movie theater. I don't want one in my house. I mean,
You're really, really putting it out there. I mean, I was thinking more simply, I just don't want to go to a fucking movie theater. But you're right. Getting a blowjob during a movie is a good time. I mean, I lose the
I
plot.
agree with that.
well, this is like, wait, you know what? Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can forget you can forget all the bad writing until that's done.
There's a lot of movies that I really loved and had nothing. You know what? I had not a thing to do with the movie. Not a thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's only happened to me like a couple times when I was like a teenager. After that, I just, did it like normal people and did that stuff at my house.
Pathetic.
I know,
To be
right?
fair, I mean, it's like you can't really always get away with things at your house. You got to be a little adventurous.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap it up. So, folks, as always, check out our website. Check out our merch store. Check out our Patreon account. Please comment, as always, like, subscribe. And if you guys get a chance, go ahead and check out our audio-only version of this. We're going to have this on YouTube. And we're going to have this on 25 different platforms. And I hope you guys have a good day.
Stay sexy, Atlanta.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Dumb, Cool, and Weird podcast with Wes and Nick. If you want to check out more of our stuff, go to www.dumbcoolweird.com. You'll find our Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Patreon link if you want to support us. Also, be sure to check out our merch store. And if you're interested in being on our podcast, you can find a link on our website so you can reach out to us and tell us if you want to talk to us about something that's really weird, dumb, or cool. We'd be glad to hear from you. Hope you will stay tuned for the next weird ass episodes we got. Thank you.